back to the farm with the red door. Today I have a really delicious salad recipe for you. Now today is Memorial Day and I'm at home because Hans is leaving again for another 10 days. This is the final stretch of his out-of-town jobs, and he has been working on a job in Tennessee, and he's left, I think it's been about 6 or 7 weeks. So this is the last stretch, and so where I find myself every weekend, he comes home on the weekends, and where I find myself is trying to come up with food to send up with him to keep him in breakfast and lunch and dinner for the entire week. And he's working construction and it's hot, and so I have to make sure that I send plenty of food, but plenty of food that isn't heavy, so that he can still feel energetic to be able to do his job. So this is the longest stretch. This is going to be 9 or 10 days, I think, and this should finish the job at. So I am trying to think of a lot of food to send him, and food that's not going to go bad. So what I'm going to cook today and package up and get the meat in the freezer, even some of the vegetables in the freezer, and then he can bring it with him and enjoy it for his lunch the whole week. So we're going to make, it's a fajita salad, a grilled fajita salad, and the base is going to be romaine lettuce, and I like to use Napa cabbage, but the store didn't have any organic Napa cabbage, so I just picked up some regular cabbage. There's tomatoes, there's cilantro, all sorts of really delicious stuff in the base. And then we're going to be grilling some chicken. Hans is going to do it since he's home today, so we'll be doing this video together. And I love to use, it's my cumin seasoning, dry rub. Now if you want the recipe, I'm not going to put the recipe in my blog post because I have this recipe in a PDF that is in the freebie vault. So if you want to pick it up, it's a little cookbook that I wrote all about grilling meat, not just grilling meat, but all the different methods of cooking meat. And in there I put, I think, 12 meat recipes. We've got a couple beef recipes, pork, chicken, we've got some hamburger sliders, some really good summertime meat recipes. So I put together that PDF, and if you go over to my blog, there's a freebie vault, and if you go into that, you'll be able to access the entire cookbook for free. So you can go ahead and click the link below to pick up that free cookbook. But the recipe for my dry rub is in that cookbook. So we're going to be putting that onto some chicken breasts, and I'm going to butterfly them so they're a little bit thinner. Then we're going to put lots and lots of seasoning on them, and we're going to grill them. And then my favorite part of this salad is the grilled vegetables. I love to make this salad in the summertime. This is just the beginning of summer, so we don't have our zucchini and squash going. We're not being able to gather that yet. But in the summertime, when you have so much, if you've ever grown zucchini or squash, you know the problem of having an overabundance of it, and you're giving it away. You're trying to figure out how to use up zucchini and squash. I slice it up and I mix it with avocado oil and some salt and pepper, and I have a tray that I put on my grill, and I grill it, and it is the most delicious grilled vegetables that you've ever tasted. And so since I don't have zucchini and squash, we're going to leave that out, but I've got onions, I've got both brown and red, and then I've got several different colors of bell peppers. Now what I love about this recipe is it's just great farmhouse cooking, because your gardens are full of produce, and really these grilled vegetables, they can be anything that you bring in from the garden that you have an overabundance of. Put them on the grill, follow this recipe, and mix and match, do whatever you want to this recipe. So but today, like I said, all I have is bell peppers and onions because I don't have anything coming in from the garden just yet. And then you're gonna put the fajita chicken. It tastes just like as if you made it on the stove top. That grilled chicken, we're going to slice it real thin, put that on top of our bed of lettuce. You're going to put all those grilled seasoned vegetables, and then I make a really delicious salad dressing with avocado and cilantro and jalapenos and lime, I can't remember all of the ingredients. We're going to make it together. So, but that dressing goes all over the top, and then I slice up some fresh avocado, and it is probably, I mean, I have a lot of favorite salads, but for a Mexican kind of a salad, this is my favorite. I love to serve little cheese quesadillas on the side, or just warmed up flour tortillas with butter. It just makes the most amazing meal. So what I normally do is I make all of this and we have it for dinner, and then I have all my little individual to-go containers, and I'll package them up, I'll put all the lettuce and all the salad base in, and then I will put a little piece of parchment paper on top of that, and then I'll layer chicken and bell pepper, the sauteed vegetables next to it, just so it's not touching the lettuce. So I don't want it, this lettuce to start getting soggy. So these will be for lunches throughout the week. So with that parchment paper, dividing the meat and the vegetables from the salad, it will keep everything fresh and crisp. And then I'll put the salad dressing in a little to-go container, and I'll chop an avocado in half and stick that in a bag and send it in Hans's lunch. And all he has to do is pull that parchment paper out and dump the dressing on, slice up the avocado, and he has a delicious lunch. And so we make a whole bunch, and I'm able to make a whole stack of those salads, and for both of us, and it lasts us the entire week. So I love recipes like this where you can enjoy it for dinner, and then you can take all the rest of the leftovers and make them into your lunches for the entire week. So Hans is going to be grilling. I want to make this before he goes up to Tennessee, so he can take this, but also so that I can throw him over on the grill and he can help me with this tutorial. So he's going to grill all the vegetables and the chicken. I'm going to make the salad base. I'm going to make the salad dressing, and then we'll put it all together. And so you guys are absolutely going to love this salad. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I am going to slice up all the bell peppers and the onions and get the avocado oil, the salt and pepper onto them, so they'll be ready for Hans. Now if you had zucchini or anything that you have in your garden, just slice it up. I like to make everything kind of the same thickness, so it all grills at the same time. You don't want your zucchini to be really super thick and then your bell pepper to be really thin. You're going to have overcooked bell pepper and undercooked zucchini, so keep everything the same width or the same thickness, and get that all mixed up. And then I am going to butterfly the chicken breast. The chicken breasts are pretty thick, and I love the taste of my seasoning here, and so I want to butterfly them and open them up so that the chicken will only be about this thick versus, you know, double that thickness. That way we can have so much more square footage to get so much more seasoning on, and it will grill a lot quicker. So I'm going to get that ready, and then I'm going to send all of that out to Hans. He's going to grill it up for me, and then I think we will go ahead and make the salad dressing next. If you've never butterflied a chicken breast before, I'll show you how to do it. You're simply just cutting it in half this way, not all the way through. You're going to leave a portion of it connected, and then when you flip it over, it looks like a butterfly. That's why they call it that. And so when you lay it on the grill, it's actually going to be 2 of these. This will be flipped over, and it'll be about this big, and it'll be so much thinner, and it will hold more seasoning, and it will cook up a lot quicker and be a lot more tender. So you're just going to hold it and just run your knife. Just go really slow, just halfway. Try and keep it to where it's halfway the thickness, and you're just gonna slice it. Now this is a lot easier to do, and you have a much nicer, cleaner cut if your meat is somewhat frozen. I could do this really super fast if it was partially frozen, because it wouldn't be, as you can see, it's kind of slipping and sliding. It's really difficult to butterfly a chicken breast that's fully defrosted. So I would suggest letting it be just a little frozen. See, now if you open that up, I can kind of right on that seam cut it a little bit more to open it up a little bit more. There, that's a butterfly chicken breast. So see how much thinner it is, and it's just a lot bigger of a piece of meat. Now, this is what I like to do if I'm going to put a stuffing or something inside, and then I can roll it up and tie it up and bake it. So you would butterfly for something like that. Anyway, we're going to get all these chicken breasts butterflied and onto the grill. So we're ready to get the meat and the vegetables onto the grill. Hans has preheated the grill. He's brought it up to 350, and we've got a tray that we're going to put the vegetables on, and I'm going to link that vegetable tray in my blog post so you can pick one up if this looks like something you want to make. So we're going to get the vegetables on. We're going to season the chicken before we put it onto the grill. Hans likes the chicken when it's real moist and all the juices from the chicken are still present before he's put it on the grill. He feels like the seasoning sticks a lot better to the meat, so he seasons them up in the pan, and then he'll add some more seasoning once he puts it on the grill. So we're going to get to grilling. Now, one thing that I want to bring to your attention is when you put the chicken breasts on the hot grill, and if you go to remove them right away, you'll notice that the chicken sticks somewhat to the grill. If you just leave the chicken, once you put it on there, if you just leave it for a few minutes, it will naturally release from the grill when it's ready. So don't try and pull it up right away because you might lose some of your chicken meat. It might stick to that hot grill. Once again, all of those tips and tricks regarding grilling, you will find that in my meat cookbook, my grilling cookbook that I put into the freebie vault for you. So go ahead and click that link below and pick up your cookbook for summertime grilling. So here's the grate I was telling you about. You would just put all your vegetables on that, and with all those holes, the heat's going to be able to come up and grill it just as if it was right on the grate itself. Now we're doing so many vegetables that we're going to have to do this in 2 rounds. But you want kind of a single layer, somewhat of a single layer. We're going to test the chicken breast. We want the temperature to be 165. And then we'll pull it off the grill once it hits 165.
It's going to 161. It is climbing. It's time to take it off.
They look so delicious. So the meat and the vegetables are done grilling, and I've brought them in and they're cooling down because we want them cool before we put them in our salad. So I'm going to very quickly make the salad dressing. The ingredients in the salad dressing, it's some water, it's lime juice, fresh lime juice, 2 avocados, so it's quite a bit of avocados. We've got some garlic, a jalapeno, about a half a bunch of cilantro, and some salt. I'm going to take all those ingredients, I'm going to throw them in my blender, I'm going to whirl them up, and I'm done. It's a really super easy salad dressing, but it is so flavorful. Now I do want to mention that I'm not giving amounts here in this tutorial. If you want the exact recipe, go ahead and click the link below to head into my blog and pick up the printable recipe for this salad, as well as any directions or any information that you'd want to know about it, along with the links for the grilling tray and a few other things that I like when I'm making this recipe. So you'll find that all in the link below. So I'm going to make this real quick, and then I'm going to prepare my produce, and we will be done. The chicken is grilled and the vegetables are grilled, and those are set aside and they're cooling. We've got that salad dressing made, and now I'm going to chop up all the produce. Now what I have is I have romaine and I have cabbage. My favorite, like I said, was Napa cabbage, but if the grocery store doesn't have it, any kind of cabbage will do. Actually, any kind of leafy green will work in this, whatever is your favorite. But I just like the romaine and the cabbage. And then I have a big pile of cilantro. Now normally I do put diced tomatoes, but since I'm packaging this up for Hans to take and it needs to last for a super long time, I don't think that diced tomatoes are going to last for a good week. So I'm just going to leave the tomatoes out. But you could use shredded carrots, green onions. You really could use anything. So just make a base of a salad that you would enjoy with the chicken, and don't forget you've got those sauteed bell peppers and onions, so you don't want to put something that would clash with that flavor. But we're just going to chop this up, and then all we have left to do is assemble the salad and we'll be done. We are ready to assemble our salads. We have our big bowl of shredded cabbage and romaine lettuce and cilantro. We have our delicious sauteed vegetables, our chicken, this delicious creamy avocado salad dressing, and then some fresh avocados. So I'm going to assemble a plate so you can see the finished product, and that is it. We're finished. So now I'm going to get busy packaging all this up to send it with Hans, and I'll save a little bit behind for myself. And hopefully you want to give this recipe a try. It is so flavorful and delicious. I know you're going to love it. So don't forget to click the link below to get the printable recipe with all the directions and the amounts that you'll need to make this delicious salad, as well as clicking the link below to pick up the grilling cookbook that I have over in the blog. It's a free cookbook, and you will love the recipes, and it'll be so much delicious grilling recipes for your summer. And if you enjoyed this and found it helpful, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up. That really helps my numbers, and I would really appreciate it if you would do that. So if you love this kind of food, just good farm fresh, whole food, healthy food, go ahead and subscribe and click that little bell so that you'll be notified every time I post. I bring delicious food to this channel weekly, and all of it is just good farm fresh, whole foods that are delicious. So go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.